Favorite scenes to film in this movie. I really enjoyed the action scenes in this one because they were so different than the last film. They didn't feel as physical to me. They felt more demanding as far as agility goes and whatnot. It was more parkour-y.
Yeah, it was kind of fun running this time, but
You really love to run.
I love running. On the first film, they set up a train track, didn't they? So we were kind of running next to a train track, whereas this one, it was loaded on a truck essentially, and you had more. Whereas before, you kind of had to do it within a very short space of time, whereas this time they literally just drove the truck for a long, long time. We just had to leg it next to it. Yeah.
Yes, I enjoy it, and I think you do as well. And we do as much as we possibly can before insurance steps in and doesn't allow us to continue.
Shay, yes, Shay, I guess Ford just beats loaded people up, so I could do that, but Shay's obviously dangling from 150,000 feet in the air.
It's pretty high.
So she, there are certain restrictions that you can't do, yeah.
It's amazing technology today because actually the director has a pre-visual of what it's going to look like, and that's actually how they base the stunts on. So the entire sequence where Triss is chasing her mother in the house, for instance, or when Triss is fighting Triss, the entire thing is played out in animation, and our job is to replicate what these animated figures do, which makes it easy because at least we have a visual in our mind of what it'll eventually manifest as. But at the same time, I think it makes it more difficult for the stunties and the stunt coordinators and all the riggers because they're having to duplicate and replicate something or fabricate something that's not actually real.
In a way, the hardest stuff to imagine is say, for example, the end when you have a lot of characters and you have a lot of things happening, you have a lot of different characters having closure and little bits and bobs here and there, and you shoot them non-sequentially, you shoot them over a long period of time, and sometimes you're involved in your bits, sometimes you don't see other people's bits. So those bits, in a way, are the hardest to imagine, aren't they? Because at the end, for example, you're going like, how is this going to play out? And then you kind of see it and you're like, okay, so basically,
Makes sense.
yeah.
I don't know how they'll react, but I think that these changes were necessary in order to create a cinematic version of what Veronica created. And